Welcome back with another episode of TryHackMe.com. This is Zaheen Nazir, and we are doing on-premises IaC infrastructure as code, which is part of infrastructure as code module, and we are following up DevSecOps learning path. So we already covered task 1 to task 6. And now task 7 is remaining, as I promised in my previous video that I will bring task 7 as well today. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for the first flag, and once we are done, because there is quite a lot of work we need to do, and it's a steep learning curve there. Once we are done, in the next video I will bring either flag 2, 3 or 4, or maybe I'll make separate videos for each of these flags. Okay, so let's get into it. I already started my attack box, as you can see here. And I already started the IaC challenge V15 here as well. So let's see what we have to do here. IaC challenge. Now that you have learned how on-premises IaC deployment work and the security concerns that arise when using IaC, it is time to put your knowledge to the test. Start the machine attached to this task by pressing the green button. To be honest, the knowledge we acquired until now is not sufficient to complete this challenge because there are a lot of moving parts, and I will show you a way to do it on your Kali Linux, where you have to attach yourself to VPN, and from VPN you will be able to pivot to different machines. Okay. This being said, there are a lot of tools that we will try to use. Okay. One of them is Ligolo, I think. Ligolo. I'll search it out on the internet. Let's see what we have, and based upon that we will move forward from there. So it is Ligolo, basically the tool name. This will let us pivot without any issue from our VM, a local Kali Linux VM, to the machine that they have shown us here, that they have listed it here, which is the IP address 10.10.56.82. Okay. So they say, okay, in order for us to provide you with this challenge, a significant amount of software had to be kept at specific version level. As such, the machine itself has some outdated software which could be used with kernel exploits to bypass the challenge itself. However, if you choose to go this route of kernel exploit to bypass the challenge and recover the flag, it will only affect your own learning opportunity. Our suggestion is try to solve the challenge by using what you have learned in this room about on-premises IaC. Okay, sure. So let's see what we can do. Once the machine is booted, you can use SSH with the credential below to connect. So let's connect. This is our machine, attack box machine, by the way. So I will do SSH entry 10.10.56.82. Yes, password is entry as well. I will just note down this. IP address here. So okay, so let's see what we have here. We can shift to bin bash, which will give you auto completion and all other things here. Let's see what we have here. So we have IaC here folder, so let's go into that folder there. Let's see what else we have. We have vagrant file and we have provision. So let's go to the vagrant file. I will just do cat vagrant file, and here we have it. Let's see what exactly we are doing here. So the vagrant.config is to do config. As per the comment, they are saying that DB server will be the backend for our website. Okay, config.vm define DB server and do config, and then the configure the local network for the server. In the network itself, it's a private network and the type is DHCP, and the Docker network internal is equal to true, and then they are assigning an IP address which is 170. So I will write this down: 172.20.128.3, or you can use a tool such as Visual Studio Code to document all of this. Okay, so let's use our tool here. So I will be capturing everything here in my data.txt. So DB server is this IP address. Let's move forward. Both the Docker container and run Ansible. Config.vm provider docker do d images mysql vol n, and then there is a environment variable which is saying that mysql underscore root underscore password, and this is the password itself. So let's copy this one as well, and let's put it in our data here. Okay, let's move on. What else we have? We have web server will be used to host our website. Config.vm define web server do configure the local network for the server. Config.vm network private network type DHCP, and for the web server the IP address is this one. Okay, so this is the IP address of container or the VM. Yeah, it is Docker, so it is a container. Okay, so let's save this one. Web server is this IP address. Link the shared folder with the hypervisor to allow data pass through. We'll remove later to harden. Okay, so config VM sync folder is this provision folder. So I will just copy these two. Maybe these will be useful for us later on. All right, let's move on. Then the provider is Docker, so it is kind of it is a Docker image, so it is a container for us. So there is another image for Ansible that we will be using the Ansible to run a playbook, which is web.playbook.yaml. We need to look at that basically to see what is going on inside here. So we are copying from provision folder to temp provision, and we are also doing something with home ubuntu to temp data copy. Okay, so I think temp is the folder where we can write something there, and then we are connected to SSHD to activate everything, and then we are logging into the root user, and then we are using the private key which is here over here, and then we are running the web deploy itself. So let's see what else we have. Okay, we have provision folder. Let's see, inside we have web playbook.yaml, web playbook.yaml. So it is saying that role is web apps. So we know that this particular folder will be there inside the role. So let's check it out. So we go to the roles, CLS. Yes, there is a folder. Let's go to the web app ls. Now we have default, task, templates, and var. Let's see what we have in defaults. Main.yaml. So let's cat it out. Main.yaml. Let's see if we have anything here. Oh, so we have db name, bucket list, root, and we also have the password as well. So let's save this information here. So this is under db, so I will put it here. All right, the bucket list is db name. All right, so API key is super API key. So I didn't copy this one. Wait, I think somewhere we could use that one. Okay. So, okay, we are good. We don't have anything else, so let's move back a folder ls We have tasks, we have templates, we have var. Let's go and check var. Usually new underscore case. Okay, so this is the folder new underscore case ls. Okay, we have id underscore rsa.pub itself, which could be used to, I think, connect. Where is the vagrant file? Yeah, okay. So this could be used to connect to I think through SSH to this container 172.20.128.2. Okay, so all right, and this is the private key that we need to pass on. So I don't know how to pass the private key to log on. So what will I do? I will search it here using SSH to SSH and pub key to log in, right? Okay, SSH. So we'll get some kind of command here. All right, so this is what we need to do. They are saying that this is how you need to basically create the SSH keygen. We don't need to do all of this. Configure one of the multiple. This is for your keygen. For example, we have done this already, and logging in. Why should you use a public key authentication with SSH? Okay, so once we are logging in, it's SSH username at host, and it should work without any. If you do not specify username SSH, we should use currently logged in name. Okay, wait a moment. It did not give us the actual thing that we are looking for. Maybe we could do something. For example, man SSH. It will give us if there is any way to use the key itself, or it will automatically take it or not. Bind interface, bind address, cipher spec, port log file, escape config file, pkc11 identity file. If that is the case, maybe we need to use identity file to do that. Options port, okay, whatever. Logging into a remote machine, and for executing command at a remote machine, it is intended to, okay. SSH port for a enable forwarding -A -B, press it for help. We need to see what else we have here. Still how to, okay, my machine is blocked. Okay, so what will I do? I will terminate this machine. Terminate machine. Let's use it on my own Windows, on my Linux machine. Okay. All right. So our IP address is this one. My VPN IP, this one. All right. Let's continue. Let's try to connect again. Here. So I will create a new tab, and let's do SSH entry 10.10.56.82. I hope this will work. 10.10.56.82. Because we are already connected here, right? Wait, it's just not the right one. Basically we need to go to this target machine here, right? It is the same, right? It should work without any issue. I don't know what is the issue here. Just a moment. Okay, we can do one thing, try to see if we have the access or not. Or we can, we are not connected. We are not connected. This is the VP1. That means this one did not work. Let's try to do it again. Let me see. No, I'm not connected for some reason. Initiating packet. So I ended up restarting everything, and we are working from scratch. So as you can see, I already connected to the VPN, and this is our IP address here. I think it is the same that we had before. But before that, let me open TryHackMe DevOps and open folder here. Open terminal, and let's open the code as well. Okay, so basically we'll use the same data file. Oh wow, where are the rest of the things? Okay, we did not save. So rest of the thing was, this was the web server, right? And this is our VPN IP. All right, let's continue from there. If we need something else, I will add it here. Let's move on. I'm gonna minimize it and I'm gonna close it. Let's go here and try to SSH, which is entry, and the IP address is changed, as you can see, 147.237. I'll say yes, and password is entry. Okay, so I will do bin bash, so it will give me a little bit better shell to work with. Who am I? This is what we have here, and ls cd IaC, ls we are going to the provision, and ls we were there, I think, in variables, cd variables, ls not in variables, I think in the roles, cd roles, ls cd web app, and here in the var folder we found wars, we found the new keys, cd new keys ls, and now we have id underscore or sa. Okay, so we already know if we can do ssh, for example, root, and then the IP address was 172.20.128.2, And if we can mention I as ID underscore, I don't know if this will work or not, but let's try anyway. Yes, we don't know the password. Maybe the password is this one, my secret password. Let's try this. Paste, enter. Permission denied, so we don't have the permission here. So this was our one chance to basically I think to log into the root folder, so we are not able to do so, so we will exit here. I don't know how to yeah, so I pressed Ctrl+C, so it moved out from here. Okay, so let me go to the temp folder here and let's see what we have here which we could use. System private, manager, system D, login service, resolved service. Okay, we don't have much. So what we can do here in order to what was the IP address of the web server? So we know that there is a web server website running on top of this IP address. So what we can do, we try to curl it and see if it is running it or not. Maybe it is port 80, but we don't need to mention anything. Yeah, it is running. So this is good. This is good. Everything is okay here. But once we open the same in our Mozilla Firefox, for example, if I go to same IP address here, it is HTTP 172.20.128.2, and it is not available here. Okay, because we don't. There is no way we can. Reach to this IP address unless we log into this entry at TryHackMe here inside the VM that they have shown us here. So in order to do that, we will use a pivoting tool. Okay. They're saying use SSH to proxy out the traffic of the web application or any other port as required. So let's see what we have here. So there is a room which is basically telling you how to proxy the traffic from one box to another. This is how they are doing it. You can take a look. OpenVPN and many other things. Requesting your credential. There is a lot of things that you need to do here. Okay, I'll just put it here to cover it later on. But one thing we can use, there is a tool called Ligolo. It have a proxy and attack agent, I think. Proxy and agent. So we need to run one proxy on our server and the agent on this server from where we need to proxy the traffic from. Okay, so in this case we will be running the agent on this machine in 10.10.147.237 but inside the this machine, and then we will proxy the traffic from agent to the proxy. Okay, so in this case our proxy will be our current VM, which is basically available on 10.11.28.20. Current VM mean my own Kali Linux machine that you are seeing right now, and the agent will be here on 10.10.147.237. all right, so let's configure that. So in order to do that, you just need to search Ligolo. Okay, I will just copy the name Ligolo and put somewhere here. For example, let me create a new instance. I'll put the Ligolo here. So it is called Ligolo-ng, the very first Nikocha 30. Click on that. And the next thing is we need to click on the releases here, and based upon your operating system, just download two components. One is the Linux agent component. Go for the Linux underscore AMD64 tar-z. All right. And then we also need to have a proxy. For us, this is the proxy we are looking for. Proxy Linux underscore AMD64 tar-gz. Once these are there in some folder, so for example, for me, I already downloaded these up, and you can just right click and extract here. Okay, once you extract, you will have agent and proxy here. You don't need the Gallardo CLI here. Just these two files, agent and proxy. So first of all, we'll run the proxy, and then we need to send this agent somehow to the machine from where we will proxy the traffic. Okay, so let's get into this. Once you have done with these two steps, so let's move on. I will go here. I'm already into the entry, so, and this is my VPN, so I will rename it to Open VPN TryHackMe. This is our entry entry VM. All right, let me create another one. So what we need to do is basically I need to reach to this particular folder here. Once I click on the pencil icon, I can just copy it all the path, just paste the path here. You will directly go into that path, ls. Okay, now I need to do one thing, is to host all of these files python 3 -m. Then I will open HTTP server on port 80. Okay, so as we know that our VM IP address is 10.10.56.82. If you don't know, you can just look at that. So 10.11.98.20. This is the IP address of our machine. You can also verify it by using ipconfig, ifconfig, sorry. So this is the tunnel address, tunnel 0. This is the address we are looking for. This is tunnel 0 mean the VPN, open VPN that we are using. So these are clear. Let me put here, this is the VPN ID is still the same, right? Okay, it is still the same. We are good to go. I'll go back here. Okay, so we are already hosting a web server. Let me call it local web server, and we need to do one more thing, which is go back to this one and ls. We need to enable the proxy. Okay, so in order to enable the proxy, we need to follow a few steps here. Okay, so once we come back, so we'll start with this one. Basically what you need to do is you go with the sudo IP and execute these commands. Okay, so for example, I'll copy these commands here, and let me do it side by side if I could do that. For me, I already have done it, but why not to do it again? So let's do that. All right, so just paste here. You need to mention your username here. For me, it is Collie. I'll mention the password. We are done with the first command. Now we need to go with the sudo IP link set and Ligolo up. Yes, it is up now. Let's move on to the next one. In order to create the proxy on the Linux server, what we will do, we will use the, either you can go for the IaC which will do automatic less encrypt certificate, which we don't need. We'll go with the self cert. So just execute this command here, paste, and here is our proxy. So proxy is set up. So let's move on. What else we need to do? So the next thing is we need to transfer our file and for example to the victim, in this case from where the will do the traffic proxy. So as you can see, agent and then connect and then the attacker IP address, and then there is a port here. Okay, so since we run it on default port which is 11601, so we'll use the same one. But in order to transfer the agent, we need to go back here and use a command. Okay, so before we need to make sure that we are in the temp directory, but because this is where we can write everything. So we'll use webget, and then the IP address of our VPN, which is 10.98.11.98.20, and it is available on 80 port. So I will download the agent from here. I hope this will work. Yeah, it is working. So the agent is downloaded. Let's see, agent is there. Yes, the agent is here now. So let's run the command that we already know we need to run. So you need to type this command basically. Copy paste will not work. Connect, and then the IP address of our VPN, which is 10.11.98.20, and then the port 11601. Okay, permission denied. So before we run it, let's add the permission to the agent here. All right, now we'll be able to run this. What happened? Okay, connection cannot be established. Okay, okay. We need to put ignore command here, otherwise ignore cert, otherwise the connection will not work. So let's put it here, ignore-cert. Okay, now connection is established, as we can see here, and if we go to here, you can see agent is connected, and the name is entry at TryHackMe, right? And this is the whole output that you can see. So let me now you need to say session, and there is only one choice here, just press enter. Okay, we are here, but before we do anything, there are a couple of more commands that we need to run. We already put this session and then we selected this session that was there. There is one more command, I think, that we need to execute before it will work. We just need to, I think, enter start, and it is starting the tunnel now. All right, let's see, who am I? Info starting a tunnel. It's still starting the tunnel, or what is going on here? Just a moment. This is the arrow try session. We'll go to the here ls if config. Okay, all right. So it is the connection is already established. So we run the if config here, and now we need to see on which network we will be working on. So we know that the IP address of the DB and the server start 172.20.128. So we'll try to find that network. We found one, but it is not 28. And then there is another one. And there is another one. Yeah, this is what we are looking for. So just copy the IP address here and then move down. All right, so there will be one command that we need to run here, which is sudo IP route on our local server. Okay, so basically we don't need the server anymore, so Control Z. If we are exiting on here, I need to mention this particular not here, sorry, again, we'll go down. We already have done so using, and here is the network. Yeah, so this is the command we need to run. So let's type this down, sudo IP, then route add. I will copy paste the route here. So just mention instead of mentioning 1, just mention 0, so we'll cover everything. Space dev Ligolo and press enter. All right, and by this I think we are able to set up everything. So if I open up the website here now, I think this should work without any issue. Okay, it is going to burp, which we don't need. Just disable it and try to run the website. As you can see, the website is available now. Okay, so this is one thing that we needed to do, and I know this is a long way that we had to do, but this is a requirement. Okay, let's go back to get the first flag. Let's get with the link. So the link is saying review the source code of the web application. It is common for developers to add functions to allow them to perform certain checks. Okay, so we need to either review the source code of the web application or the web application itself. Okay, so let's do that. What we have here, we have sign up, we have sign in, and we can see that there is something going on with the dev test DB. So if we click on it, it will basically check the website, and it is saying that the website is running or the MySQL community server is running. Okay, so this is our entry point. So in order to do that, let me open up burp suite, whichever is available. All right, okay, I'll just press OK, and I will go with the startup. Alright, so in order to do something, I need to intercept should be on. Okay, intercept is on. Now we need to make sure that our request is going to the burp. Okay, click on this. What happened? Okay, it is on now. I'll do that again. Okay, so this is the request. As you can see, it is basically running the command itself, service plus SQL plus status. Okay, so this is where will basically do our thing. So I will make the intercept off. We'll go to repeater and try to run, for example, who am I here? Who am I? I will send the request. So this is the response. If we render the response, it will take a little bit of time. Okay, so as you can see, it is going to the root. So what we need to do here, we need to, for example, we already know about the NC that we can open up a server, local server here. For example, NC-nvlp, go with any port. Let's go with 1337. This is recommended by one of the guy who also done the same row. I took a lot of help from his tutorial. I will put a link in the description of this video, so if you want to see the original content, you will be able to do that. You can use any port here, but I'm using the NC and NVLP here. All right, so what we need to do, we need to have a reverse shell. So before we do that, we need to see where the NC is, the path of the NC. We'll send it, let it render. Okay, so path is bin NC, right? So let's do that. Bin NC, and we will try to connect to a particular IP address here. Just a moment. Now the syntax is bin NC and then the IP address of our server, our Linux machine, which is 10.11.98.20, and then the port we are listening on, it is 1337, and then we need to mention E. Basically we will try to get the bin bash. Okay, and let's run the command now and let's see what happens here. Yeah, we are able to connect. So just run who am I, it is root, IP adder, it is not working, ls. So as you can see, we have the flag here. Just get the flag1 of -4.text, and here we go, guys. So the first flag, dev bypasses and checks can be dangerous. So we have acquired it. Once we put it into the TryHackMe, we'll be done with the very first question, very first flag. So thank you guys for joining me on this video. Once we'll come back in the next video, we'll go for the flag 2, 3 and 4 possibly, if we could do it in just one video. I hope this video is informative for you. There was a lot of things that we needed to cover and needed to learn. I hope all the configuration that I have showed you will work flawlessly with you on your Kali Linux, because it is much easier to work with your own VM as compared to the attack box. Okay, especially once we are recording the video, as you can see. So once you come back, we'll start with the flag 2. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will also try to put shorter version of this video to you guys, so you don't need to suffer like I have done. But I will just put the raw version of the video on the YouTube, and later on in the post-production I will also roll out a shorter video, so it can help you in less time. Awesome, then. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.